Welcome to Ferocious Achiever. I'm James Hepner, founder and CEO of Hepner Results Coaching. We turn successful achievers into high-level achievers, grow their authority, expand their capacity to maximize all of life, and help them create a life that is vibrant and rich no matter the outcome. We help successful people stop the self-sabotage, raise their standards, and participate with unshakable confidence, creating more gains with less strain. We believe that every person has a unique message that can positively impact the world. Stick around to the end of the show where we'll reveal how you can be our next guest in 20 to 25 minutes. Let's go. Many different varieties of confidence. In my definition is simply confidence comes when you follow through with what you promise yourself that you're going to do. But if you could tap into confidence and just describe, like, what's the thing you got to get behind to develop raw, authentic confidence, your style, where you can just drop in and be you. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, being, nerd growing up and overcoming a lot of challenges, with being social and being a leader, it was a lot. And I think ultimately for me, it's just coming down to the fact that you have to believe in yourself. Maybe you're not the best out there, but you're probably not the worst either. You have a lot to offer. You have your own unique perspective and you bring something valuable to the table, whatever table you're sitting at. So really just believing in yourself and what you have and not comparing yourself to others. Compare yourself to yourself.
Beautiful.
Always build, be pushing yourself and trying to build yourself to that next level. And I think if you kind of brush away the outside noise and really focus on yourself, you can build confidence a lot easier and better because you're just comparing it against your baseline and it's something that you have the ability to, change.
All right, welcome, friends. Today I have on the show Rich RUDZINSKI. Rich, am I saying that proper? I know we just queued this up, but I don't want to botch it. Well, my friend, I don't know about the hair you got going on, but you're knowing it better than mine. We were just chatting here before the show. Nervous breakdown, hair growing out. Of course, I got the sides coming in. And I'm hoping it's fine. Yours is nicely shaven back. I don't know if you can handle the length for a bit and you just had the length grow. But hey, brother, I love it. Thanks for being on the show. Talk to us if you could. Listeners here are tapping in, and you're one of these people that's in the tech space. And honestly, for most of us, a lot of us business leaders, when it comes to tech, it just seems so complicated. And I think, when we tap into people that support us, we're like, can you just help us? We just want to give you everything and just do it. Okay. And one thing that I love about your work, and you got some pristine work, you just really make things simple. Talk to us a bit about, if you don't mind, tap in that shirt you got. It says tragic. When you lean into people's technical problems or challenges, cue it up with the tragic, cue it up with what you do to make things easy for people.
Yeah, James, thanks so much for having me on the show. I'm really excited to be here. Great intro. Appreciate it. And yeah, I think I don't know, it's one of those chicken and the egg scenarios. I don't know if we came up with the name first, but I think, we really earned it, helping businesses solve their technology challenges, helping them to avoid tragedies. In the early years, we got so many fires of projects that were outsourced overseas or just not led well with good technical strategy, and business owners had dumped all this money into this and they just needed help. They just needed somebody to come and just take this, help us, make this a viable solution, help us take this to market. And so that's really the backbone of our approaches. We're very strategy first, holistic. We're about solving problems, not selling solutions. I want to know what your business goals are, where you're trying to go, and what's the obstacles in your way, and let's solve it with technology.
You're definitely one of these people that comes at things at another level. When you talk about holistic, I think to some degree, until we drop into what life is, and that's the holistic and that's the natural and the flow of, we got a long way to go. So what had you, I'm genuinely curious, what had you become not just interested in approaching things from a holistic stance, but what had you actually commit and then put forward the motions that would truly embody that, technology can be, it can be all encompassingly like, let's rip the hair out. Or what it can be is it can be an amazing tool. Like, what had you tap into holistic and really go for that aspect of things?
Yeah, because I think like ultimately deep down, in my experience in the agency world, I really just like the challenge, the challenge of solving problems. And then, in running my own business and in dealing with other business owners, I started to learn more about just the struggles that they face, especially for non-technical founders, non-technical business owners. That's, I think, where we really shine, because we can come in and we can help make the technical make sense to them, help them understand the process, walk them through it, hold their hand, and make sure they come out with the right solution to solve their business problem. And so it's really about not only that like challenge solution, like I really love doing that and solving that with the team, coming up with something that's going to create a really great experience for whether it's an internal tool for the business or whether it's, external for their users, create something that's really engaging, easy to use, and delightful. Like you said, technology can either have you ripping your hair out, or it can save you time, efficiency, make you money. Like it's a really like kind of one side of the coin to the other,
Well, what's tragic about making money?
Yeah,
right?
Not.
Yep. Like in commerce and in business, if we don't do this, we don't have a business. It requires that we pull in some capital, right? Gosh, when I listen to you talk, you remind me of my accountant. And you know how it is in business typically. And you're not an accountant, by the way, so I'll just say it this way. But when I first entered business, of course, you recruit people and different tax attorneys. And anyway, so I came across this one gentleman, and people said, you got to check this guy out. He's really good. And I live in Canada. And so he used to work alongside the Canadian revenue agency. And he's a really technical person. And I walked in and I thought, oh gosh, I'm in trouble. So I sit down in the chair and I'm looking at him, and he's got all these like diplomas behind him. And I'm like, this guy's going to talk to me like technical accountees, not only but accountees. And it's like, but what's interesting, his name is Dale Giselson. So Dale, shout out to you. I remember leaning in and going, okay, wait a minute. This guy's just talking to me like a human. Like when I listen to you talk, you're relaxing my nerves instantly. Like as soon as I know I'm on the call with someone who I'm not that proficient in, I'm going, how's this going to go? But, again, I think it's that holistic, relaxing people into just like, I can speak your talk, and behind the scenes, like, yeah, I'm not going to show you the factory floor, but I'm going to allow you an experience that really allows you as the human to shine and do what you do and do what you do best, right? So talk to us, if you don't mind, about an experience you've had recently where someone came into your funnel or dropped into a live call with you. And of course, they have all these perceptions like this is going to be really intense or really deep or technical. And, what did they go through? What did they experience? Right. And if you don't mind, share with us how you led them through a process and it just opened them to a new experience.
Yeah, I think, we really take an approach that lets the founder or business owner really, sit where they're comfortable. So it's about me understanding, where your level of knowledge is and meeting you there and helping you to, get over that. So we have, we've been engaging with some founders that are actually on the very technical end where they just, they're deep in the code, they're talking directly with my developers, they really want to be part of that process. But I really like it on the other end. And we have, a business that we met with recently who was very uneasy about the whole like building a software solution. They wanted something to help enable the business to connect different software systems that they're using and provide some bigger level management and data awareness for like top level executives. And we were able to build this integration for them. But in the beginning, it was a lot of fear, not only like how much is this going to cost, but like what's it going to look like? Is it going to solve our problem? And our approach to things is very like iterative, and it's like we don't always outline everything to a T up front because so much changes through the processes. We have a deeper understanding of your team, of your software, of whatever the different systems we're working with, constraints. So they were a little bit nervous because we kind of gave them a ballpark. And we're like, it's going to be between this much, and it's going to solve your problem. But I can't show you what that solution's like right now because we really got to dig under the hood. So there's a lot of this, fear going in. But we were able to meet, we were able to talk, human to human, and I was able to meet them at their level and help them understand that, like, we really have their best interest in mind. We like to solve problems. We're not trying to upsell them on, some specific solution. We're trying to help them, enable them to grow their business better, faster, stronger, so once they kind of, had a couple meetings with us, understood more about us, I gave them some referrals that they talked to, a couple businesses we've been working with for years and years, and it really put them at ease. And once we started that process, and once we got in and we started the discovery and we built out the wireframes, they really, gotten their pace, gotten their stride, and they were able to like really get excited about the software that we're building instead of being really fearful and apprehensive about it.
I love it. Good on you. The one thing that I'm picking up from you, right? And listeners, you're all grabbing this right now. I know, Rich is someone that's just letting us see who he is. They say there's two types of learners. The one type of learner tries to complicate so as to drive business to themselves. The other type of learner isn't afraid that the client will stop coming if he simplifies or she simplifies, or they, doesn't matter the pronoun. Sorry if I'm getting this incorrect. You gotta be so careful these days. But so the two types of learners, the one seeks to complicate and the other seeks to simplify.
Love
and
that.
I think you're right. And I think what I'm picking up from you, that energy, it's like, hey, if I come down to your level, and let's be honest, I'm way at a different level than you are when it comes to tech, my friend. I kid you not, right? But I just feel really relaxed. And let's be honest, like there's so many layers of business that can make us so, you just queued it up. You said it so well, like there's so many areas that we can be fearful about. And I think what we're always looking for is somebody to align with us and partner with us that can just relax those nerves and just be like, well, actually, we got you. We totally got you. We don't have to explain our process, like all the technical data. We'll kind of show you this is where you are, this is where you want to go. And we'll do all the in-between stuff. And that's kind of what I feel. You're kind of like this person who says, you get the whole enchilada. You want that whole experience. We're going to bring it to you, right? So that's super fun. So I got a question for you. When it comes to trends and what you see in the industry, what are you currently observing that is unique, and where do you think the opportunity lies deepest for you as a specific business owner, that high level? And of course, you're on the podcast Ferocious Achiever. Ferocious Achievers are people that are striving, but not anxious striving. You're just gunning for something, but like right now, you're in this patient, still moment. What do you see in the industry right now?
There's a lot in the industry. If you're in the news at all, you've heard of Web3, you've heard of, metaverse, VR, AR, like this new realm of technology that we're just on the cusp of. It's going to be transformative. And I think that there's a lot of nervous apprehension right now because there's so many scammers in it. It's a lot of uncertainty, but that's a great opportunity, and I think it's a great opportunity for my business. I think it's a great opportunity for the industry as a whole. Blockchain is a revolutionary new technology. It's going to change how we store data, and that has so many layers of implications, especially like financial services, a lot of customer-based services with loyalty and different things, gaming. There's a lot of great implications. And then AI. I don't know if you've played around with any of the text to image generators that they have.
Yes, fantastic. I love it.
Incredible. So again, that's just a window into the power of AI. So I think both of these are just really on the cusp of getting into the industry and us really untapping their potential. And any business owner that wants to take advantage of those for their business today can kind of get ahead of the curve. And it can be really, really quite transformative for them. So I think those are the biggest, new things. And then there's also a lot happening with no code, low code, where it's making it easier to build applications, easier to get things to market faster, making it less costly, and allowing more to enter into that realm of kind of what we do basically. Wow. So there's a lot, it's just always, I've been doing this for 13 years and we're always continuously evolving our approach, evolving our services, evolving our technologies, because you have to stay alive and stay relevant.
One thing that jumped out at me when you said low code, no code, I'm like, wait a minute, can you say that again? Low code, no code, that's really nice.
Yeah.
Super fun. I love that.
You'll even see that, there's so many great website builders out there. In the early years, we were pushing pixels and making all, spending so much time just to make a website. Now you drop in, some pictures, add some text, choose some colors, and you have a website done for you. So the bar for business owners, especially like small, mid-sized business owners, has like lowered significantly, so they can look and feel just as good as the big players out there. Whereas before, there was kind of this really big gap where you can tell like, oh, well, you're a smaller company. Now you could be a one-person, business, and you could look like you're just as good as an enterprise out there.
I love that. What allowed you to scale? You seem like the kind of person that you're confidently still where you are, but you're always on the hustle. You're always moving. You're always doing something, right?
Absolutely.
What allowed you to scale? If you can maybe talk to us, other achievers out there, talk about a behavior or a mindset. Just give us something that we can all do. So anybody listening to this talk can tap in and be like, Rich said this, I got to participate there. What is that?
I think for me, it's just like any challenge can be solved. You just need the tenacity and the consistency and the mindset to solve it. I mean, there's been so many moments in my business where it seemed, unsurmountable. It seemed like we would never get over whatever hurdle it might have been. Pandemic pulled the rug out. Before that, there was, plenty of other, issues. I mean, even now we're trying to pivot into SaaS and building some B2B SaaS solutions. And that's a huge challenge for us. And we're hitting some bumps along the way, but confidence, mindset, and tenacity, just to solve the problem. There is a solution out there, you just haven't found it yet.
Confidence. Talk to me about confidence. A lot of people want to know more about that one. And they often are like, gee, I just want to have whatever is required. I just want to feel good about myself in the moment. And so there's many different varieties of confidence. My definition is simply confidence comes when you follow through with what you promise yourself that you're going to do. But if you could tap into confidence and just describe, what's the thing you got to get behind to develop raw, authentic confidence, your style, where you can just drop in and be you. Yeah.
Yeah. Being, nerd growing up and overcoming a lot of challenges, with being social and being a leader, it was a lot. And I think ultimately for me, it's just coming down to the fact that you have to believe in yourself. Maybe you're not the best out there, but you're probably not the worst either. You have a lot to offer. You have your own unique perspective, and you bring something valuable to the table, whatever table you're sitting at. So really just believing in yourself and what you have, and not comparing yourself to others. Compare yourself to yourself.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Build, be pushing yourself and trying to build yourself to that next level. And I think if you kind of brush away the outside noise and really focus on yourself, you can build confidence a lot easier and better, because you're just comparing it against your baseline, and it's something that you have the ability to, change.
That's beautiful. How do you keep, I'm genuinely curious here, how do you keep that world, like you say, you compare yourself not to others, you just compare yourself to your last performance, your last action, or whatever, your last behavior. It's really an internal game. I can see you've taken it and you've really brought it inner. How do you take that inner game and not close down and become like this lone wolf? I'm an island to myself. How do you stay open?
I think it's challenging. I'm leading a business. I'm an introvert. I think deep down, I can get extroverted, but it can be very exhausting for me. So for me, it's finding those moments to recharge, understanding when I'm getting burnt out, or, when I'm letting this outside stimulus impact me too much. I have to be, on social media quite a lot, with the business, promoting the business. And because of that, you're just immersed in everybody else's success and everything that everybody else is doing. And it can be really easy to get caught up in that and make yourself not feel like you're doing enough, or you're, succeeding enough. So I think it's just about taking those moments to internalize, push out the noise, reflect on what you have done, reflect on where you're at, or even, if you're not at a great place, reflect on where you're going, reflect on what you want to succeed and really focus on that. I think, it can definitely be challenging. And so just finding these little tools, whatever it might be for yourself, and work those into your routine, I think is most important.
What I'm picking up, it's interesting. So back to the confidence, and then you talk about you're actually an introvert. Anybody listening would probably consider you well-spoken. And of course, that's typically what it is, right? We think an introvert is socially shy and socially awkward and all these things. Actually, typically my wife anyway, like you, is great with people, but she needs to recharge. So perhaps after this podcast, you're going to go and close yourself into a closet and just be quiet because you get energy from just being quiet, right?
Yeah.
So the one thing I'm picking up, so back to what I was kind of queuing up, is it seems like a lot of your confidence and that stability and that groundedness that you got comes from your inner awareness. Like you're quite aware, which I think that's super cool, right? In business, you got to be aware, right? You got to have it.
Yeah, absolutely. I would agree with that.
So if you could, in your own words, how would you describe what a healthy, helpful, and overall beneficial ferocious achiever is? And then secondly, what would such a ferocious achiever participate with in order to be truly beneficial to the greater good?
Okay, hit it with me one more time. That's nice question. There's a lot packed in.
There's a lot packed in. Okay. Make it simple. In your own words, how would you describe what a healthy, helpful, and overall beneficial ferocious achiever is? What's a beneficial achiever, basically?
Yeah, I mean, a beneficial achiever is somebody that's, in my words, like, out there to grow themselves, grow their journey, but also have an impact. Whether they're impacting their community, impacting others. I think there's a lot of ways you can, see that through different lenses. But ultimately, it's about growing, having a growth mindset, and having an impact mindset.
Love it. Rich, where are you headed? Where are you and your companies? Where are you headed? Like, what is this all for? Like all of this movement, all of these challenges, but staying focused, even though you could do something different, you stay here. Yep. Why? Where is this headed? Where are you going? Tell us 2 years, 5 years from now, where are you thinking you're going to be? Like, what's your goal?
Yeah. I built this for my own consultancy, just from the ground up, slowly, but sometimes very fast. And I think ultimately, like, I just like solving problems. I like building software that enables people to do things better, more efficiently. And I think most of all, I like building a company. I like building a team. I like building a place where people, are celebrated, can find success, have the opportunity to grow, are really supported.
Good job.
Through our transition, we've always been hybrid, but now through our transition of being a fully remote workforce, I think I've really enabled my team to live a really nice work-life balance, to, be empowered to build great software, to help businesses, but also to have, time for themselves, supporting them with good benefits, with flexible, working environments. I think these things are really important. And especially in today's climate where a lot of I don't know if you've been following this Twitter mess at all, but a lot of employees just aren't treated well. And I think it's wrong. I think, people are our best assets, no matter where we're at. Technology is amazing. I love it, but it's only amazing when it helps us to connect with other people, when other people are working with us, to build it. And
good job.
I think that's ultimately like what it comes down to is I just want to build a great, successful business and have a bunch of people that work there that are really excited to work on my company.
Brother, incredible story. It's amazing. I love it. Putting people first, without people, we don't have a business. Creating an environment, absolutely. Right? It's just amazing. Good job. Just, oh my goodness. Yeah, no, it's super nice. Final round of wisdom. If you could lay it down and be like, you know what? If I would encourage you to focus in one specific area, the area that'll make all the difference in life. And again, this is your formula. This is, if you could just make it real simple, what would you say to the people that are tapping in? Make it simple, make it actionable. Help us do it today by just laying it in. What would that be?
I think, something that I've struggled with, that I've come to, realize more and more, is just like being present, especially as a business owner. You get caught up on the journey, on the goal, on where you're trying to get. And you sometimes lose track of the here and now, and really taking the opportunity to celebrate where you're at, what you've gone through to get there, and find, enjoyment and satisfaction there, and still push yourself to ferociously achieve. Don't get me wrong. Like I'm going to the moon, but I think, taking that time to be more present is something that I'm really working on, and that I think is really important and is kind of like foundationally life-changing. When you start being more present in your just day-to-day everything, interactions with, your friends, family, teammates, everything. So that's something that I'm really working on, and
good job.
Encourage others to too.
There you go again with your awareness. That's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. You're exactly aware of what your life would look like if it was tragic. And I love it. You're just right there at the cusp. You're right there. You're laser in focus. Fantastic. Rich, where can people find you? Make it easy. Where can they find you?
Find me on LinkedIn.
Like it. And listeners, I'll drop Rich's LinkedIn details and his assets down in the show notes, and you'll have an opportunity to connect there with him. Rich, it's been an absolute pleasure. You've been a gift to me today. I saw your profile pic and I'm like, this dude's going to deliver. I just know it. So, hey, good on you, my friend. Thanks again for being on the show. I really appreciate it.
Thanks, James. I had a great conversation. Enjoyed it.
James Heppner here. Thank you so much for listening to Ferocious Achiever. If you are a successful owner, founder, C-suite executive, or CEO who would like to be on this program, please visit us at www.ferociousachiever.com. Near the top of the page, you'll see our Ferocious Achiever lion logo. And right next to that lion logo, to the right-hand side, you'll see a little blue box that when you scroll over top and click on it, it'll take you directly to that guest booking page. Now, if you got something out of this interview, would you share this episode on social media or send it via email or text? Just do a quick screenshot with your phone and text it to a friend or post it on your socials. If you know someone that would be a great guest, tag them on social media or send them an email or a text. Let them know about the show and include the hashtag Ferocious Achiever. I love seeing your posts and guest suggestions, so please don't be shy. Now, we regularly put new content, new episode out, and we do this consistently. To make sure you don't miss any episodes, go ahead and subscribe. Your thumbs up, ratings, reviews, those things all go a long way to help promote the show and mean a lot to me and my team. You want to know more? Simply go to the website www.jamesheppner.com or follow me on LinkedIn, Facebook, or Twitter. And here's something that you don't want to miss. If you want to stop the self-sabotage, you want to raise your standards and participate with unshakable confidence, you will want to take the Maximize Your Life quiz now, found at www.jamesheppner.com/quiz. By taking this little quiz, you will discover exactly where you're making your life unnecessarily difficult and exactly where your behaviors are cutting you off from the outcomes and goals you crave most. Your quiz results will pinpoint with precise accuracy the exact areas to focus on. This will immediately activate your ability to use your time and resources effectively and instantly set you on your path to create higher level gains with less strain. Why not get down to the base and discover the truth about what's controlling your life right now? I challenge you, take a few minutes. You owe it to yourself. You're worth it, and your experience of life depends on it. Give yourself the gift by honoring yourself and taking 5 minutes to invest in yourself. Take the Maximize Your Life quiz now, again found at www.jamesheppner.com/quiz. And finally, set yourself on the path that will lead you directly to what you want and need most now. Until next time, peace out, rock up.